Checking for bump steer. Now this is a pretty easy way to do it. I just strap the laser level to the brake rotor and point it at a box and put a dot on the box where the laser is pointing to, and then just lift up on the strut and see how far the dot sweeps. Let me see if I can put this down for you guys. Hopefully you can see that. So I just lift up and see how far the dot moves. And I've got probably a 32nd of an inch, roughly, which is very good. This thing has virtually no bump steer. There is a little bit, but nothing that I would ever notice driving the car. So everything worked out well. And what I had to do to get rid of it was put shims under that steering arm, which is kind of what I thought I would have to do. See, the idea is to get the angle of the control arm the same as the angle of the tie rod. Actually, the pivot points is what's important. This pivot point here, inner socket, and this pivot point have to be the same angle as this pivot point and the one under the strut there. If those angles are the same, when that suspension moves through its travel, the toe shouldn't change at all, because the control arms and the tie rod are going up at the same rate, and that's the only way to eliminate the bump steer. It's very close. It's hard to get it 100%. I would have to drop this down a little bit more, but I can't, because if I turn the steering all the way, it's going to touch that control arm, and I'm happy with the 32nd of an inch bump steer. I mean, it's not going to affect the handling of the car at all. Yeah, so I got everything put in the right spot, I guess. The control arms, I just kind of eyeballed the height and put them in where I thought they should go, and everything worked out perfect. So yeah, that's how I check the bump steer. A little bit more progress on the Chevelle. Bump steer is set. I know what I have to do there. I ordered a plastic mock-up engine for this thing so that I don't have to lug my big cast iron motor around. So that should be here in a couple of weeks, and you can just lift it by hand, drop it in there, move it into place. Transmission, I've got an empty case here somewhere, so that'll be really light, so I'll be able to mock up the engine and transmission. But what I've done now, I got that rear bar in there. I told you I was going to cut that one out and put one in that swings back a little bit. So that's in, and those braces here, I just used the existing ones, cut them and trim them to fit, and then put them in that, put them in a different angle, because they were going right behind that. The one bar was going right behind that seat before, and I couldn't get the seat back. So that should give me plenty of legroom now. I had to splice that rear bar. You can see there. I put a sleeve in there, plug welded it, and then TIG welded it around. And I bent that thing, and I was a 1/4 inch short, and it pissed me off. I didn't want to, start another tube, waste the tube, so I just sleeved it and spliced it in there. And I actually did that with the rack and pinion cross member too. You can see that. It's TIG welded, and then it's plug welded. So there's a sleeve in that one too, and that'll be just as strong as anything, if not stronger. So that's kind of where the mid plate's going to sit, a little bit ahead of that, and the motor plate's going to sit a little bit further back. It's the front of the motor plate should be even with the upper strut mount, I'm hoping, kind of like what this car is. But that's as far as I've gotten, and thanks for watching.